Hi, welcome to the exam series. Okay, if this is your first video with us, then it is just a collection of questions at the higher end of foundation, lower end of the higher paper, just to give you an opportunity to practice those crossover questions ahead of your exams. These are all non-calculator questions, and we are expecting to see these in the 2020 Edexcel exams. So without further ado, hit pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, so this question, ratio question, we are going to set this up so that it's out of that wordy setup that it's currently in and into something a little bit more mathematical. So we've got cement, sand, and gravel. The ratios are 1 to 3 to 5. And we want to make 180 kilograms. And the question is asking us if we've got enough of everything to do that. So the 180 isn't 180 cement or 180 sand or gravel. That 180 doesn't live here at all. So this is an invisible column question where the 180 is the total of what we're talking about. The total of the ratio is 9. The total in the question is 180. How do you get from 9 to 180? You times by 20. So we're going to do the same over here, and we're going to end up with 20, 60, and 100. Now I need to answer the question, do we have enough of everything? We are going to need 20 kilograms of cement, and we only have 15. I don't even need to check the rest. I already know the answer to that is no, okay? We don't have enough cement. And it would be sensible just to make that really clear. Okay, now your methods may be different. I'm obviously using the methods that I use in school with my class. It doesn't really matter as long as you have your method very clear and you're obviously getting the same answer. All right, next question. Hit pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, so we've got some information about a journey. The key words here are obviously speed. We've got time given to us. We've got distance given to us. So this is a speed, distance, time. So the first thing that I would encourage is that you get that formula triangle down because it's most likely going to be needed. So we're being told that we're going to drive from Fulbrook to Ganby and then on to Horton. She's leaving at 10. Now I would put that on the diagram. Average speed of 40 miles per hour. So we want to know how long that part of the journey is going to take. She wants to get to Horton by 10:35. So we really need to know what the time is when we get here. So I know she is traveling 10 miles at 40 miles per hour. Okay. 40 miles per hour, we'll put it like that. Now, the fraction is obviously 10 over 40. That will cancel down to a quarter. A quarter of an hour is 15 minutes. So 10:15 is the time when we get to Ganby. Now, we want to know what speed we're going to travel at in order to get to Horton by 10:35 to get there on time. So we've got 20 minutes, 10:35, 10:15. So we've got 20 minutes. Now, 20 minutes is a third of an hour. I know that my distance is 18. I know the formula is distance divided by time, and my time is a third. Well, this is a dividing by a fraction question, so it's much easier to show it as that. I've got 18 to divide by a third. I'll put that over 1. Keep, change, flip. and I've got 18 times 3 is 54. Oh, I wrote 35 is 54, and 54 over 1 is 54. So 54 miles per hour is the answer on that one. And again, you may have taken a different approach. Nothing wrong with that, as long as your method is all there, all written down clear to justify your end answer. All right, next question. Hit pause, press play when you're ready. Okay, so these questions can upset students really, really quickly because we're being told that they're sharing some money, but we don't know how much. And not having a value to work on can make these really, really tricky. Now, I'm going to do this without a value, but a possible way to get into this problem is to just create a value. Let's say they share £100 or £20 or whatever you choose. That might get you into the problem. Now, what I'm going to do is demo how to do it without the need of that particular knowledge. So if Colin gets 3/10, that's 3/10 gone. We've got 7/10 left, and it's 7/10 that's going to be then shared by Emma and Dave. Now, Emma and Dave are sharing in the ratio of 3:2. We need to find out what is Dave's share of the money. So I'm actually really only interested in this little section here. I've got to think about what Dave is as a fraction, because everything else in this problem is in fractions, and I want to work in the same units. I'm going to stay in fractions. Now, I should know that the ratio are basically the numerators of fractions. Okay, so out of 5, out of 5. So Dave is getting 2/5. Dave is actually going to get 2/5 of the 7/10 that is left. Now, of means times in maths, so this is a times question. 2 times 7 is 14, 5 times 10 is 50. And that's your answer. Now, you may have cancelled it to 7/25. You may have multiplied it up so you could see what it was out of 100 and given your answer as a percentage. They haven't made clear how they want the answer to be given. So stopping at 14/50 would be absolutely fine. All right, so if you did well on that, well done. And we have our next question. Hit pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, so this is a quadrilateral and a straight line question. So I need to know what this is. If I can work that out, then I can use angles on a straight line, add up to 180. So my first job then is to work out that one. I've got a quadrilateral, which I will highlight just so it's super, super clear. So I've got my quadrilateral. Quadrilaterals add up to 360. So I'm going to add the angles they've given me. So that's 302. Take that away, and you can see that one's 58. So that makes that there 58 degrees. I've now just got to do 180, take away that 58, which is 122 degrees. Okay. All right, last question. We only do 6 in each one of these videos. So hit pause, press play when you're ready. So we've got plans and elevations. This is actually quite a nice, simple, straightforward one. There's not too much to it. They're not asking us to draw anything to scale. So the shape that the front elevation takes is a trapezium. So that's what I would draw. Now they're only asking for a sketch. So they're not asking for any, like I say, anything to scale. So I'm going to do nothing more than sketch out a trapezium. I'm going to make sure there's No confusion. I can see that's a trapezium. I know it's a trapezium. I'm going to mark that with the arrows for the parallel lines. And that's that done. All right. There's our final question. Wouldn't normally have blue dots there. So it's just the way that's copied over, unfortunately. So hit pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, so this is at the top end here now of our foundation with inequalities. We know there's a solving inequalities question. It may not be as complicated as this. What you need to do with these types of questions is you need to focus in on one section at a time. So I'm literally looking at just this. So I really am not paying that side any attention whatsoever. I've got -6 is less than or equal to 2y. I want to get y on its own because I want all the values of y. I don't want all the values of 2y. Now we hop in our school, so I would bring that across. It would land as divide by 2, giving me -3. And then this is kind of read backwards. Y, and we've got the open part of that symbol, so it's greater than or equal to -3. That means it can be -3 or it can be greater, and it's going to keep going in that direction. Now I'm going to concentrate on the other half. So I'm going to clean that up and just concentrate on what I can see here. So 2y is less than 5. Divide through by 2 and y is less than, and that would work out to be 2.5 or 2.5. They are telling me that y is an integer. Integers are whole numbers. And y is less than 2.5. It's got to be a whole number, so that's 2 or anything less. So here, my y is going to be 2 or 1 or down and down it goes. And then these two kind of meet, and I can make my list. I've got -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, hopefully you have found that useful. I'm going to be putting one out pretty much every day until the exam, because obviously you could be watching this at any time, but in real time, we're a week away from the 2022 Paper 1 Edexcel exam, and that is what this is about. All right, obviously it's going to be useful any year, because the GCSEs are the GCSEs, but specifically 2022, this is going to make a difference. All right, thank you. Hopefully that has been a helpful piece of revision, short, snappy, and to the point, and I will see you next time.